Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. In today's video, I'm going to be highlighting my favorite method on how I can boost my territory standing extremely quickly and efficiently in any territory I want. Now, up front, I do want to call out that this method I'm highlighting in this video will cost you some gold, so you are essentially exchanging some gold for territory standing. And depending on where you are in the game, that actually might be worth it. There are multiple methods on how you can actually boost your territory standing, but again, the one method I'm highlighting in this video is, in my opinion, the most effective. And this method includes, of course, the kitchen. So before we actually do some cooking, the first thing I want to call out is the importance of buy orders when it comes to this method. Now, this will not happen overnight. Well, you know what? Actually, since it's by orders, it actually might happen overnight. But essentially, what you have to do is start searching your trading post on your server for different types of ingredients like meats and vegetables that have extremely low buy orders. For example, this prime red meat, currently 0.05 is the buy order for this one. That's me. So I'm just going through all of these different meats and just ingredients and seasonings and just submitting buy orders. You can see right there. I mean, this is just like a few hours, I think it was. People are already just selling their high quality ingredients for an extremely low cost. Look at that. Over 700 string beans for 0.03 gold each. It's just easy materials. And honestly, so many people just quickly sell their ingredients just because they stock up. And it's just an easy way to just get tons and tons of this to prepare yourself for the method I'm about to highlight. So again, I'm just going to be highlighting how I actually do this. Depending on your server, it might make sense to pick up certain resources over others, but I always try to find the cheapest option out there and just try to collect as much as possible. What I like to do is I just categorize it by meats and just go down the line. Right on pork, you can see 0.05. I'll just up it to 0.06. Try to buy like 5K of it, throw it up for a week, submit that. And again, I'm just going to go down the line. Fish fillet is a huge one. Check out this buy order, 0.05 again. As you can tell, people just are not really utilizing buy orders today. I'm assuming that as soon as this video gets out there, that these prices are going to definitely increase over time, but don't be discouraged. Go ahead and get your buy orders in there and just keep maintaining this, right? New World is a long game. It's a marathon, not a sprint. If the next week or so is just crazy with high buy orders, then take a look at this method in 2 or 3 weeks from now, or even a month. Again, we're going to be playing this game for hopefully a very long time, and this method is not going anywhere. So it's really just being smart with buy orders, using your resources the best way you can, and minimizing the amount of gold that you're spending in order to stockpile as many raw ingredients as possible. And here's a closer look at what my buy orders actually turned into in less than 24 hours. You can see I'm picking up thousands and thousands of these different ingredients for literally pennies. Over 2,000 dill, 1,700 mushrooms. The list goes on and on. I'm just showcasing a handful of the buy orders I set up. And again, even if you don't want to go through this method, just repost all this stuff for the actual selling price, and you're going to just make tons of gold through this method. But we're not here to talk about gold making. We're here to talk about territory standing. Another quick proof point. I like to make sure I pick up as much red meat as possible. I actually picked up 20,000 red meat within like less than 2 days through this method, and I'm still getting buy orders submitting. But after you give your buy order some time, your inventory is going to look something like this. I recommend using your actual potion slots to hold a lot of this raw food just to give yourself more space, as well as your gear slots, even if you have to, just to drop some ingredients in there and making sure you have enough space to move at least, because you will be very, very encumbered. And I also want to call out the importance of making sure you have at least one bag with town loyalty. This gives you a huge boost to territory standing. I don't believe these stack though, so you really only need one of these bags. On top of that, the only other thing that you really have to make sure you have and are ready to use is one of these territory standing boosters. Again, if you don't have one of these, that's totally fine. They are not required. It just helps you get a little bit more out of this cooking that we're about to do in a little bit. The last thing I did want to call out before you actually start cooking is making sure that you go on expert mode of your music and play the Territorial Triumph song. I'm not going to play this whole song, I'm just going to speed through it a bit. But just playing this song alone gives you a massive territory standing buff that stacks with your other buffs as well. So I'm going to go ahead right there. We just completed it, 4 out of 4 stars. And you can see that it gives you a 30% territory standing gain. And once we have all of those buffs ready to go, we are slowly moving over to the kitchen and beginning having some fun. So I like to make sure I prioritize hearty meals or satisfying meals, but you can really cook any of these meals using all of these new ingredients that you picked up for dirt cheap. So for today's example, light meal, for example, I'm going to just throw a bunch of ingredients in there. I'm going to craft 588 of these light meals. You can see I just gained 16.7k Cutlass keys standing, which is going to boost me up several levels already. You can just keep going. Again, you can be strategic on the buy orders that you submit to make sure you have the correct ingredients for these different types of meals here. You can be as straightforward as possible and even just craft these one ingredient meals. I'm going to craft like 500 of these real quick. You can see, simple. I got 1500 Cutlass key standing. It's easy territory standing. I'm essentially just spending gold to get territory standing at this point, and the amount of gold I'm actually spending is very, very minimal because, again, each of these ingredients are between like 0.02 and 0.15 gold each, and it's just insane. I already boosted up several levels just from doing that. One thing I do want to call out, though, is that you're going to have tons of meals in your pocket. Nobody really buys these, to be realistic with you. So honestly, just drop them on the ground, reposition yourself, and keep cooking. You can do this method every single day, depending on the overall success of your buy orders will determine how much cooking you can do and how much territory standing experience you can actually gain on a day-by-day basis. It's up to you though. You can do it daily, weekly, even monthly if you really feel like it, and just stockpile tons of these ingredients. Again, depending on the popularity of this video, it might alter the overall prices of these, but there's so many different types of ingredients out there that you can be strategic and find a way to actually pick up these ingredients for yourself in a very cost-effective way. So again, if you're one of the early watchers of this video, go ahead, jump online, get your buy orders in, and try to just stockpile all of these ingredients so you can start following this method and start boosting your overall territory standing in any territory that you want. If you wanted to, you can actually follow this method all the way up to the max level territory standing, which is level 300. But again, it's going to be kind of costly. And depending on what you're really going for, it might not even be worth maxing out your territory standing. But hey, if you want to do it, you know exactly how after watching this video. And that really covers it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, consider liking and subscribing to my channel because I have a lot more New World Aeternum content coming your way. Other than that, good luck with your buy orders and good luck getting your territory standing experience as fast as possible. Thanks again, and I'll catch you guys later.